Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to the overview of the Week 4 Major 2 qualifiers for the CDL in Black Ops 7. If you're new, I'm Dilrod96. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and ring that notification bell to stay up to date with all the new content. To start off the weekend, we're looking at March 6, 2026, Friday. The first match of the day, Vancouver Surge go up against Cloud9 New York. This is a Surge team with Capsidal instead of Abe, so let's see if that can make any difference. We'll go to the pick'ems shortly after this. Following that, we have the LA Thieves versus FaZe Vegas. This could really be a big match for both of these teams. LA Thieves not making a huge run right now with the pickup of Neum and dropping of Kenny, but FaZe is really in a rut and not looking too hot. I think shortly we will see a change from them, but we'll get more into that as the weekend progresses. And to round out Friday, we have Miami Heretics going up against the G2 Minnesota. I think that's going to be a knockout match. Going into Saturday, we start off the day with Paris Gentlemates versus G2 Minnesota. Paris having a rough go of it. I think Cloud9 may have broke them. We'll go to the pick'em shortly and see what I believe on that. Following that, we have Optic Texas with a 6-0 going into the weekend up against FaZe Vegas. Following that, Toronto Koi versus the Riyadh Falcons. And rounding out Saturday, we have Cloud9 New York against the Boston Breach. Then to wrap up our weekend on Sunday, we have the starting match, Miami Heretics versus the LA Thieves. Following that, Toronto Koi, Boston Breach. Next, Optic Texas versus the Carolina Royal Routers. And to round out our weekend, we have the Vancouver Surge versus the Paris Gentlemates. I can definitively count on one hand how many of these matches I am actually excited to watch. We'll go over to the pick'ems now. We are on week 4. Once again, starting off Friday, we have Cloud9 versus Vancouver Surge. As much as I like how the Cloud9 is really picking up the pace, I'm going to have to go with the Surge with Capsidal and TJ. I definitely think that Cloud9 is going to take the Surge. TJ's been cold, but cold as in not icy, just cold as in not shooting his gun well. Following that, we have FaZe Vegas versus LA Thieves. LA, I'm going to give it to him 3-0 fashion. FaZe is looking so hit or miss, and I think it's going to be a miss. Next, we have G2 versus Miami. What does the fan predictions have G2? Been kind of back and forth. If Metals is shooting and Super shows up to the respawns, I think Miami takes this pretty easily. I'd love to see a round 5, though. Gonna give it to the Heretics. I'm gonna say they're gonna edge this one out with Trakes and Rancor. Going into Saturday, we start off the day G2 Paris Gentlemates. At the beginning of the season, I would have said Gentlemates easy 3-0 fashion, but now G2's looking pretty solid. Estriel is still having his inconsistencies. I mean, the fan prediction still has an 80% going to the Gentlemates. I just don't know. I don't know about it. Who knows? Maybe this will be the bounce back series Paris Gentlemates need. I will be optimistic as a Neptune fan. We will go in 4. We'll go in 4, because if it goes to 5, I think G2 wins it, truly. Following that, we have FaZe versus Optic Texas. Optic looks unbeatable right now. FaZe looks absolutely horrendous. I'm expecting a roster change for either 04 or Draza. I know that Aluka is on the backup. I would rather see them drop 04 before they drop Draza, though. That's my personal opinion. You can clip that whenever it doesn't happen or whenever Draza chokes it on a LAN. Until then, hold your opinions. The Riyadh Falcons versus the Toronto Koi. Riyadh's kind of finding their groove. Their respawns are looking significantly better. They're search and destroy, though. Having Kismet and Celium on a team in search and destroy, I thought was going to be a no-brainer. They just haven't really been able to put it together with the SMGs. And Toronto Koi's on the come-up. I'm going to go Koi 3-1. Surely, Riyadh has to take the first hard point. That's my personal opinion. Rounding out Saturday, we have the Boston Breach versus Cloud9. Boston with Spart, let it be known. Boston Breach with Spart. Spart is going to carry this map with Nasty. This Boston team still needs to make an SMG change. Snoopy is not the all-star SMG in this game that they were expecting, and they just need to accept it. They've already missed out on Capsule. There's some other good SMGs in the league. Or in Challengers, excuse me, I don't personally know them all that well because I don't watch the Challengers circuit that much. But there are teams that they could upgrade with and drop Snoopy. Heck, if they could find a SMG duo in Challengers, that's fine. I'd change Snoopy and Purge right now. Going into Sunday, the last day of Week 4 qualifiers, we see LA Thieves versus the Miami Heretics. Been pretty back and forth for the most part. This is trying to think. This is 2025. That doesn't help me at all. Current season record 9-6, 7-8. LA Thieves looks good. Online, I think LA beats them. We're gonna say in 4. We're going to give it to him at 4. Because I'm trying to think. LA's respawns look pretty good. If Metal shows up, Miami takes this. No problem. But Metals is pretty inconsistent. And to expect him to show up 2 days in a weekend, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to happen. Following that, we have Boston Breach versus the Toronto Koi. I think Koi just looks too strong. Insight's shooting his gun straight again. Kleenex is back on the sub. Kips has just brought the energy, and Joey D is Joey D. I think Spartan Nasty will have good series here, or a good series here, but I don't think Snoopy and Purge are going to be able to beat the pace that Joey D is going to bring to him. Go and give it to him 3-0 fashion. Optic Texas, Royal Ravens. This better be a 3-0. Not much to talk about. I know that the Royal Ravens, excuse me, I had hair in my mouth. I know the Royal Ravens had a good opening Major 1 online stint. They're probably just not getting the same servers. It's probably just different server rotations, and I don't know what it is. I know everyone's like exceeds on this. I really don't care. I'd love for them to show up to LAN and prove me wrong. If possible, this team will probably need to make a change after this major if they want to be in solid, definite contention for champs. And then rounding out the weekend, we have the Gentlemates versus the Vancouver Surge. Have they played since they've been on the hot losing streak? That was last year, so I really don't care about that. Surely the Gentlemates pull it out. Oh, I don't know, though, with Capsule. Capsule is going to bring some serious slaying power that Abe just didn't have. I know in the Twitterverse, everyone's saying that Gwen was just kill hogging and just playing for his stats, which I agree. I think Gwen needs to be dropped off this team. Lunars is having a pretty good season all in all. I wouldn't have expected it after last year. TJ is going to be TJ, but I think Gwen is just selling this team. I'm going to have to give it to the Gentlemates. We'll give the Surge 1 round. We'll give them 1 round. Maybe they're able to pull out the first S&D. But we are going to save those predictions. Don't forget, put your predictions. Let me know in the comments if you seriously disagree with something I put. And I'm okay with that. We can have a gentlemanly conversation about it in the comments. And then we're going to go over to our fantasy league. I'm still at the top 6-3 with 144 total categories. Last week, we absolutely slammed 25-1. Most of it was Miami played the Cloud9. So, no hate, all love, but it's just the truth. So I'm gonna move Kismet out. This way I just get the most points. Just if you guys were curious what I'm doing here. So I'm gonna move Kismet out. As much as I love you, Kiz, Kips is playing twice. Then Super and Trakes are playing twice. Neptune's playing twice. Who's Carolina playing again? Carolina is playing just Optic. Yeah, why not put Exceed in? The Thieves play FaZe and Heretics. I don't know. Neem hasn't been having the greatest of stats, so we'll probably leave that. That'll be our roster for the week. We'll get Neptune, Trakes, Kips, and Super. This week's matches, we have Corbin versus Team Jadden. So Scrap and Hydra are playing 2 matches this week. They're going to put up a lot of points. Joey D, 2 matches. G2 maybe 2 matches. Kleenex, medals, yeah. I know it says he's going to win. I think Jadden's going to pull out the win here. And then myself against my brother, actually. Let's see. Sid plays twice. Rialdo only plays once, and that's not my lineup anymore. Let's refresh real quick. It's a fast refresh. Okay, now with my lineup. Oh, now with my lineup, it says I'm going to play even worse. But I disagree. Well, that's because Kips is brand new. Kips doesn't have that many stats in there yet. With Snoopy as his SMG, I'm definitely taking this dub. Neptune's playing twice. These 2 gentlemen are playing twice. He's playing twice. They're playing once, twice. Boston playing twice? Boston is playing twice, but they're going to get 1 win and they're going to get 1 loss. So, I think we're going to pull out the win there. Next, we got Nexus and Fool. This will be a close one. It depends on what type of series Nero and Mamba have, actually. Rancor is going to put up big numbers. Abizi is going to put up good numbers. So yeah, I think Nexus has a. Oh, it says he has him winning. I think he'll probably pull it out. But if Nero and Mamba have a good weekend, could be a flip scoreline. Next, we have Sticks against the COD Father. Who's really letting this team down? Envoy. Envoy's really letting this team down here, and then 04. So it'll be a battle of the SMGs for that one. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, if you're not subscribing, subscribe, ring the notification bell, hit that like button. For more Arc Raiders content, for more COD content, don't forget to follow the Twitch and the TikTok, and subscribe here for more content. We will definitely at least post Sunday night, if not tomorrow night after the matches. It really just depends on how my pick'ems go. So if my pick'ems go good, we may not post again, but if they go bad, we will have to rectify that, and we'll go from there. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. God bless. Have a great weekend, and stay frosty.